Hey there, First Pres family. Pastor Chad here from the office for our weekly word today for the week of July 5th, 2021. Glad to be back in my office a little bit this week, getting caught back up after a couple weeks of teaching up at Montreat, and it's been a really good time. Our deep dive this week is looking at some of the one another passages in the Bible, and so today I'm looking at the passage for Thursday, July 9th, which is from Romans chapter 14. Now, the whole chapter of Romans 14 is about not judging one another and not making one another stumble based on individual life choices around food and what is clean and unclean, this sort of thing. And we're invited to read verse 19, which says, "Let us then pursue what makes for peace and for mutual upbuilding." Yeah, to build one another up. So we're invited to build one another up. And so our deep dive today invites us to build somebody up, to reach out to someone in our congregation or a neighbor or a friend and give them some encouragement. Build them up, help them to be encouraged in their faith and in their life and whatever that is. And I think that it's interesting that in this passage, building one another up is encouraged by not judging one another. We as people tend toward judgment. We tend to judge other people's actions and decisions first, rather than meeting them where they are and encouraging them in faith. When someone's having a hard time, it's easy to swoop in and say, well, if you had just done this or you had just done that, and I think this is right and this is wrong, maybe you put yourself in this situation. We're taught here to seek the ways of peace and mutual upbuilding. That word upbuilding, or building one another up, gets picked up by theologian Karl Barth in his threefold movements of the church. He says the church's mission is to gather, to be upbuilt, to be built up together, to be edified, and then to be sent out. So gathered, upbuilt, and sent out. And so that's how one of the ways that we are the church with one another is through teaching and loving and caring for and building one another up. And so take a moment today and reach out to someone and take a moment to build them up. Tell them why you're grateful for them. Encourage them. Maybe even someone you meet at the grocery store, or someone who waits on you today in the service industry, or maybe if you have an appointment with a doctor or a dentist or something. Take a moment and thank them for their time and encourage them and build them up in their work as well, as we are trying to be Christ's hands and feet to one another today. That's my prayer. And if you'd like to join in with the deep dive, it's something you can pick up anytime you want. We have copies at the church. If you'd like us to send you one, let myself or Ann Tedder or Deborah know, and we'll get you a copy. And it's a simple little verse or two to read every day with a short reflection or action that can really help to upbuild our faith through Scripture. Thanks for your time. I'm holding you in my prayers, and grace and peace be with you. Thanks.